Hamish is going to take for his first time. He's going to bring a message from Daniel chapter 2. And before that, just let me remind you where we're kind of at with this. We've already discovered that there's a move within the church, in particular within the Catholic Church, of Pope Francis, to bring together the religions of the world. And this is something that is being repeated really in our time, but goes right way back, and is something that has happened in history in the past. And we're going to be looking at that today. We've got plenty of slides to show you, I think 25 slides or so. So I just encourage you to look at it and get the imagery as well in your minds, because we're living in exciting times, folks. Amazing times where God is fulfilling prophecy right before our very eyes, over and over and over and over again. And we're going to be looking at the build-up to what has taken place just now. So we find that from the scriptures. Daniel chapter 2 gives us Daniel was a closed book, if you like. The Lord God told Daniel towards the end of the book, close this book up because it's for a latter time. So where Daniel closed his prophecies up, the book of Revelations was opened up by John, and the Holy Spirit began to reveal the open book of what is going on in our days, although Daniel comes right the way through to our time also. So we're going to be looking at that today. So we're just going to pray. I'm just going to invite Amos to come down and we'll pray to him. But before we do that, you may have heard there's a young man missing in Blairgowrie. He's actually our nephew, and my sister Heather's son. And he's been missing now for 3 days, maybe perhaps 4 days now. And we've had helicopters out. The frogmen are going down today through the earth, and so it is really quite a difficult time. And so I'd like us to pray. I've been praying regularly for this situation, and we just have to ask the Lord that He would please help. Father, we just lift up Lee to you. We don't know where he is, Father God. We don't know whether he is with us or not. But Father God, we do pray. Lord, if he is still alive, Father, you put your angels around him right now and protect him, Father, and bring him out of hiding, Lord, if that's what he's doing. Father God, bring him back to his home and his family, Lord God, in the mighty name of Jesus. I thank you, Lord God, that I had the opportunity to share the gospel with him just recently. And Lord, we trust him to you. And Father God, that even though he may never have come along here, Father, but your word is in his heart. And Father God, so we just commit him to you, commit his situation to you, commit my sister Heather to you, Lord, and his brothers and sisters, Lord, and David as well, Father, Lord. We just commit everyone that's concerned about him and worried about him this time. And we pray, Lord God, please, Lord, let this be brought to a conclusion, Father God, as quickly as possible. My Lord, we pray. In Jesus' name. Amen. 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 Okay. Father, we just pray, Lord, for your blessing on Hamish, Lord God, that you would anoint him with fresh oil, Lord, that you would just guide and lead him, Lord, that your words would be his words, and you, Holy Spirit, would just fill him right now, Father, and just bless him, Lord God, as we encourage him today, Lord, in your word and through your word. In Jesus' name, Father, we pray. Give us understanding, Father God, of these things that are quite complicated, Father, but we just pray for your understanding. Amen. Okay.
So good morning. I'm hoping I can do this for maybe about 45 minutes at a time.
Thereabouts.
Something like that. Or you've got this.
Yeah, okay, I'll just get rid of that. So.
Now I need to explain myself about the whole situation. About when I was young. I don't know, I was in, I think it was when we were doing Bible college.
Yeah.
You know, and yeah, I remember when in Blackheath, I think it was in Australia, and I remember them talking, I think we were at the corporate's house, and we were having tea with them, and I remember them talking about the Antichrist, and So, yeah, and so anyway, I decided maybe a few years ago now, must be about 3 years ago now, that I decided that I'm going to study Revelations in the book of Daniel. And I actually had to learn from this PhD scholar, Michael Heiser. And he basically just teaches to think like an Israelite, and it will be easier to actually understand what these scriptures are saying. And also I'm following the work of Mary Baxter. Her book is called The Divine Revelation of Hell, and it was basically her going to hell, and very horrifying book to read, and about the souls that are lost. And it was quite a struggle for me to read that, But there was an area in hell called the heart of hell, that there's some kind of the size of a football field, and there was these roots that were coming from it, and it was going up to the surface of the earth, to where all these kingdoms are, that all these pagan kingdoms are actually connected to hell, basically. And that's what she saw when she was down there with Jesus. And Jesus said to her that these are the horns that Daniel had seen to do with prophecies. So she actually talks in the Revelations and for end times, and she was saying a lot of things that I thought to myself, well, in my research, I thought, she's saying a lot of things that I've already researched, that she could never have known about. And this definitely confirmed to me that she definitely would have had to have gone there. It can't have been a dream or anything. So, and that's where it led me to. So anyway, we're going to get straight into the book of Daniel. So if you just have those Bibles, you can maybe turn to chapter 2 of Daniel. Just have to do the image of King Nebuchadnezzar. So anyway, this message is taken from the book of Daniel, chapter 2. The prophet Daniel was part of the exiled Israelites who were taken away into captivity by King Nebuchadnezzar to Babylon around 607 BC. This captivity would last for 70 years and ended in 537 BC, when God began to restore his people to their own land again through Nehemiah and Ezra. Now, one of the things I did notice when I was studying the book of Daniel was that so even though it's talking about the past, it's also talking about, I realized it was actually talking in the present time of what my dad had actually come across, and I was really shocked, and I didn't know that I was going to be led to that, to what's happening in this day and age. And then of course it's going to talks on what's going to happen in the future for God's kingdom to come down, and we'll get to rule and reign with Jesus for 1,000 years over the whole world. So, so that's a good thing, but unfortunately there's going to be a lot of bad things that are going to happen before that takes place after the death of the AntiChrist. So anyway, this is to do with the great image, so that image of the dream of King Nebuchadnezzar of Babylon. And basically it's King Nebuchadnezzar was troubled by this dream because of what was happening in it, and he basically got all the wise men to have a look at this, to see if they could interpret it, but they couldn't interpret it, and the only person that could do this was Daniel, the prophet Daniel. Only prophet Daniel and God were the only ones that could actually interpret this dream. So we're just going to start reading that. We're going to pick off at verses 31 just to save time on this. So anyway, it says here, "You, O king, were watching, and behold, a great image, this great image whose splendor was excellent, stood before you, and its form was awesome. This image's head was of fine gold, its chest and arms of silver, its belly and thighs of bronze, its legs of iron, its feet partly of iron and partly of clay. You watched while a stone was cut out without hands, which struck the image on its feet of iron and clay, and broke them in pieces. Then the iron, the clay, the bronze, the silver, and the gold were crushed together, and became like chaff from the summer threshing floors. The wind carried them away, so that no trace of them was found. And the stone that struck the image became a great mountain and filled the whole earth." So this is to do with God's kingdom symbolically. This is a dream, And now we will tell an interpretation of it before the king. You, O king, are king of kings, for the God of heaven has given you a kingdom, power, strength, and glory. And wherever the children of men dwell, or the beasts of the field, and the birds of the heaven, he has given them into your hand, and has made you ruler over them all. You are this head of gold. So I have head of gold, Babylon. But after you shall arise another kingdom inferior to yours. Then, this would be, historically, that would be Medo-Persia. Then another, a third kingdom of bronze, which shall rule over all the earth, and that is to do with the kingdom of Greece, with Alexander the Great. And the fourth kingdom shall be as strong as iron, and this is to do with Rome, because they came after the Greek Empire, Greek kingdom. Inasmuch as iron breaks in pieces and shatters everything, and like iron it crushes, that kingdom will break in pieces and crush all the others. Whereas you saw the feet and toes, partly of potter's clay and partly of iron, the kingdom shall be divided, yet the strength of the iron shall be in it, just as you saw the iron mixed with ceramic clay. And as the toes of the feet were partly of iron and partly of clay, so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly fragile. As you saw iron mixed with ceramic clay, they will mingle with the seed of men, but they will not adhere to one another, just as iron does not mix with clay. And in the days of these kings, the God of heaven will set up a kingdom. So this is the fifth kingdom, God, which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people. It shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. Inasmuch as you saw that the stone was cut out of the mountain without hands, and that it broke in pieces the iron, the bronze, the clay, the silver, and the gold. The great God has made known to the